I would move the mic stand over.
Over?
You're
Half
full
your
of
face
shadows.
is full of shadows.
Any shadows?
Yeah.
This way or that way?
I would go that
That
way.
way.
You're in the sun, but it will look better.
Yeah, got it. Thank you for that.
There you go.
Yeah. I don't know when you
A little
I
bit.
want to look.
Yeah, it's half the battle.
Better?
Much better.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for coming out here today. This is a very big day in the quest and the war to fight against e-bike fires here that have been hurting our city over the last few years. I want to thank and invite and welcome my colleagues here who are here. We have Councilmember Gail Brewer from the Upper West Side, who's introducing a bill today in the City Council. We have Councilmember Feliz, who has been a persistent fighter on this and also introducing legislation today, and of course both supporting the legislation we're passing here today. And want to welcome folks from the deliveristas who are such an important part of this conversation. I want to thank them for their support and the work that they're doing every single day here in New York City. Without question, if you are a New Yorker watching the news every single day, you have seen what is going on in our city when it comes to the crisis around e-bike fires. We are here today to address that issue in our communities. And it feels like every single day we are watching stories about fires related to unsafe lithium-ion batteries. So far in 2023 alone, there have been 175 fires, 96 injuries, and 14 deaths caused by e-bike battery explosions. That's an average of about 4 a week. These fires destroy homes, they displace families, and they lead to too many injuries and deaths across this city. And there's no community across the 5 boroughs that is safe from this issue right now. And I can attest that in my district last year, there was a heroic rescue by the FDNY after a fire in one of the residential buildings in Midtown. So that's why we're here today. We are here to today, as the City Council votes on Intro 949, a bill that I introduced earlier this year to meet this crisis with the urgency that it demands. And I want to thank my colleagues here and others who support this legislation and called on it early to make sure that not only are we addressing the crisis by making sure there's safe batteries being sold in the city, but that we acknowledge that there are unsafe equipment out there and do something to take that equipment off the streets. The bill that we're passing today creates a trade-in program, a 2-year program, so that people with uncertified batteries and bikes can surrender their dangerous equipment and receive safe replacements at reduced or no cost. An example that many people might be familiar with would be the gun buyback program, where the city puts some money up to make sure they get unsafe equipment off the street. We know that there are folks that can't afford high-priced batteries and bikes, and we will give them and provide them that opportunity to surrender their unsafe equipment and receive a safe replacement. I think we all can agree that nobody wants this unsafe equipment in their residential building or in their homes, and this program will help folks access a safe replacement. Earlier this year, the City Council passed a package of bills to take on these fires, and Local Law 39 of 2023, introduced by Councilmember Oswald Feliz, prohibits the sale of uncertified and unsafe batteries in the city of New York. And this week, that law goes into effect. On September 16th, I believe this weekend, that law will take place. So we are stepping in right now to make sure that as we move forward to prohibit the sale of unsafe batteries in the city, that we also provide and extend a hand to folks to make sure that we provide them with a safe replacement to that. I'll give you 1 second, go ahead. With the program going into place, we want to get this program off the ground and take immediate action so that New Yorkers can get safe equipment and comply with those regulations. In the past few years, third-party delivery apps and their usage across the city have spurred a massive rise in the use of e-bikes. And the folks that are working every single day, we acknowledge that their hard work and that they're serving near us as New Yorkers but want to make sure that they have access to safe equipment for their families, for our families, for everyone. We're stepping in at a moment where it is urgent to step in and save lives, and we have worked so closely with the FDNY, with the deliveristas, and with my colleagues in the City Council to make sure we get a program up and running. Ultimately, we do believe the crisis is going to fall on the delivery companies to join us in helping to create safer standards, but at the same time, we have to acknowledge that right here, right now, there's unsafe equipment on the streets, and we need to get it off. So we are going to be introducing, you're going to be hearing about new bills being introduced today by Councilmember Feliz and Councilmember Brewer to help further our efforts to tackle this crisis, to educate New Yorkers about this crisis, and to also make sure that we can make sure there's more safe equipment on the street. We know that there are other programs out there that are well-intentioned, but we still believe that it's out of reach for many people, so that's why we're stepping in here today. We are, as we work to find out a long-term sustainable solution, we believe this trade-in program will provide a very crucial first step and important piece of the process for those who are out there on the streets and provide them the safe equipment that they deserve. I am so proud City Council is taking an immediate major step forward to protect our homes and families, to tackle this crisis at an urgent moment. I want to thank just briefly all the staff here, including my own staff who have been working tirelessly on this issue over the last few months, and of course Commissioner Kavanaugh, Deputy Mayor Joshi, and others who have been working with us, and the deliveristas who you're going to hear from shortly, to tackle this crisis. I want to now call up somebody who has been on the forefront of this crisis, fighting it. His law goes into effect this week to ban the sale of uncertified bikes and batteries. He has a new bill being introduced today that I'm the first co-sponsor of, to require apps to make sure that their folks doing deliveries have safe equipment, and has been an overall leader on this issue. Proud to have his support here today. I want to call Councilmember Oswald.
Good morning, everyone. I'm
You know what? I hate to do this to you guys, but we should take a break, and it's going to be a battle, but we need to slide over a little bit.
Maybe move
Just
a
come
little closer.
forward,
Yeah,
Mark.
come forward.
Nasty tree shadow over there.
Come forward.
Come forward.
And then, yeah, come forward.
There you go.
And clear the
Okay.
lane.
Thank you for.
If you don't look good, we don't look good.
Better? Ready?
Yep.
Thank you.
Alright, that's not strong today. Good morning, everyone. I'm New York City Councilmember Oswald Feliz. I'm proud to join my colleagues in our deliveristas, and I want to start by congratulating our Majority Leader, Keith Powers, on making this battery swap program a reality in the city of New York. This year, we've had 175 fires caused by defective e-bike batteries. Numbers very similar to last year, but we had 220 fires approximately in 1 year due to defective e-bike batteries. This is incredibly concerning. These are fires that are extremely aggressive, powerful, destroy our homes, and put all of us at risk. And we can only resolve those fire safety challenges by making sure that our workers have access to safe and certified e-bike batteries. And that is exactly what we're doing today by creating a battery swap program where workers can trade in their uncertified batteries, trade it in either free of cost or at a very low cost for one that is safe, one that they'll be able to use and charge at home and in other places without putting anyone, including themselves, at risk. Batteries that are certified are much more safer. We know that they're more safe. They've gone through fire testing, and they have tools that prevent malfunctions such as overheating, overcharging, and other things that lead to fires and the explosions that we see. So I want to congratulate our Majority Leader and our Neil Brewer, our council member, Eric Botcher, and our entire council and our deliveristas on finally making this a reality in the city of New York. It's a crucial step that will help us put an end to the fires that unfortunately we're seeing far too often. On top of that, we're doing much more. On top of that, today I am proud to be introducing a bill that will require that the delivery app companies play a role in helping us resolve the fire safety challenges that we continue to see. Require that the delivery app companies play a role by ensuring that their workers have access to safe equipment. by requiring that if their workers don't have safe equipment, the delivery companies will be required to provide that safe equipment. These delivery workers, they work extremely hard, and these companies have their biggest market right here in the city of New York. They have their biggest market in the city of New York, and they should be helping us resolve the fire safety challenges that we are seeing far too often. So I'm looking very forward to making that bill and a reality as well in the city of New York. And I just gotta say, in the city of New York, we are leading. When it comes to e-bike fires, this is a global problem. We're seeing this same issue in every single big city. But the difference is that here in the city of New York, we are leading, and we're gonna make sure that we put an end to all the fires that we continue to see. But we're also gonna make sure that our delivery workers have all the access in the world to safe and certified batteries so they're not put at risk. So I want to thank everyone who has made this a reality. Briefly, quick, brief statement in Spanish for the Spanish media. Le quiero dar las gracias a todos mis colegas por todo lo que han hecho para contener los problemas de incendios que hemos visto con bicicletas eléctricas. Hoy nosotros vamos a pasar legislación requiriendo un programa donde personas y nuestros deliveristas puedan intercambiar su batería que no sea segura y no certificada para una que sea segura. Porque nosotros solamente podemos resolver este problema cuando ellos tienen acceso a baterías que sean seguras. A la misma vez, hoy yo también estoy introduciendo legislación requiriendo que la compañía también nos ayuden a resolver esta crisis, dándole baterías que sean seguras y certificadas cuando los trabajadores no tengan baterías que sean seguras. Hemos tenido 175 incendios este año y tenemos que ponerle una cara a este problema. Muchísimas gracias. Thank you to all my colleagues and our delivery workers for making sure we tackle this. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Phillips. Thank you for his leadership as well. I want also to acknowledge joined by Councilor Botcher, west side of Manhattan. Before I get to the other elected, I want to call up one of the representatives of the Deliveristas who have been absolutely fantastic partners and absolutely bring their experience and testimony to this issue. So thank you so much. Okay, Gustavo Ache from the Deliveristas.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for being here with us.
Say your name.
Okay, my name is Gustavo Ache. My name is Gustavo Ache. I'm a leader from the Deliveristas Unidos, and I just want to say thank you to our council member, Power, for this really great legislation. It's passing today, and this is going to be a huge help to support all the living workers around New York City. And I'm going to send some words in Spanish. Gracias al concejal Power por esta legislación histórica, diría yo, que les va a ser de gran ayuda para todos los repartidores de la ciudad de Nueva York, ya que por el momento es complicado conseguir baterías certificadas en la ciudad de Nueva York, pero a través de este programa vamos a lograr a que la ciudad de Nueva York sea segura para todos, no solo para los deliveristas, sino que para todos, ya que los deliveristas cargamos nuestras baterías en nuestras casas y eso hace también que nosotros corramos el riesgo también de incendiarnos en nuestras casas, pero este programa hace de gran ayuda y gracias al Consejo Municipal y a las cantadas por siempre trabajar en conjunto con nosotros los deliveristas, ya que nosotros anteriormente usamos bicicletas regulares, pero la pandemia nos forzó a que nos moviéramos a las bicicletas eléctricas para poder cumplir con las demandas de las entregas y para que las entregas sean más rápidas. Y hoy día estamos contentos de poder seguir trabajando y vamos a seguir trabajando junto con el Consejo Municipal y la administración Alas para que la ciudad de Nueva York sea cada vez más segura para todos. Gracias.
Thank you guys for all your help and assistance on this important issue. I want to call up a colleague of mine who also has a new building introduced here today, but has been talking about this issue. We have a little bit of malfunctioning happening over here. Thank you for our excellent fielder for the New York Yankees over here. But Councilmember Brewer has been talking about this issue and has been on this issue early and has been a great partner. So I'm going to call her up. Councilmember Gail Brewer.
Thank you very much. I am Gail Brewer, City Council from the Upper West Side of Manhattan. And this is a really important invitation to update its existing commercial life safety course for the safe and lawful operation of e-bikes and mopeds. This includes rules of the road, parking regulations, the whole issue of batteries, lithium, safety, and more, because obviously there are a lot of new players in the issue of deliveries, and they are not getting the kinds of education that they need. Second, this bill would require the app company to distribute EOT's bicycle safety course material to the workers. And third, it would require app companies at their own expense to give delivery workers safety equipment, including the headlight, tail light, reflectors, brakes, helmet, and bell, and any other kind of audible signal that's necessary. We did this years ago when I was in the council before with the stores, but now we have apps, and people don't work for stores, they work for apps. This is incredibly important. I'm also introducing a resolution calling on the state assembly and the governor to sign the bill that is sponsored by Liz Cooper, state senator, Assembly Member Dinowitz, require lithium-ion batteries sold in New York to be used in e-bikes and other electric mobility devices. They must be, along with Councilmember Police, well certified and labeled as such. And there will be a hefty fine for retailers who did not do that. And it also would replicate and enforce on any city council law that we're talking about today. So this is an important issue. Not just for the fire issue, but there's one other. You can't have it say battery, then you're going to go to an illegal moped, which is what some people are doing. We want to keep illegal e-batteries able to be used safely by the amazing delivery system. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Councilmember. And lastly, we're joined by another colleague of ours, Kevin Haddon, who has experienced these fires in his district tragically and has been joining us in this fight against unsafe equipment here in the city. I want to call Councilmember Aaron Rodgers.
Thank you very much, Leader Powers, and all my colleagues. Sometimes public policy is slow to catch up to the reality happening out there in the city, and that's what's happening with this issue of unlicensed uncertified batteries. We're receiving already this year 14 deaths already this year, and 20 of those deaths is bullshit from them. This city council has been taking action, passing legislation to ban the sale of these uncertified batteries that are very unsafe, and the legislation that I wrote about the sponsor requiring the Department of Transportation to update the training material to incorporate these issues, requiring delivery app companies to ensure that their workers have the right kind of equipment, and establishing a trade-in program, because the reality is that the certified batteries are significantly more expensive than these uncertified and unsafe batteries. So we have to create a program for our delivery workers and others to be able to trade them in and get the same equipment. This is going to save lives. This current trend is continues to become more and more deadly for our neighborhoods. We've had a number of these fires in my council district. All my colleagues here have had these fires. And that's why this legislation is so important, and I'm so proud to see it.
Thank you, Councilmember. We can take questions.
I got a comment.
Hold on, we're taking questions.
I'm a driver advocate.
Okay. Sir, we're doing a press conference. We're taking questions from reporters. Yeah, go ahead. Take you and then you can go ahead. So today we're passing my legislation, which is a swap-out program, so you can do the trade-in program. We have two bills being introduced today, Councilor Brewer's bill and Councilor Felice's bill. So these are the two are coming in today. What we're doing today in the City Council is voting on the swap bill. Yeah.
But Councilor Felice, he has a bill that goes into effect. That's law.
Right, so there's 3 steps to this process. I'll go through them. Number 1 is this week, the law that we passed earlier this year goes into effect. That would ban the sale of uncertified equipment, batteries, and bikes in the city of New York. Fill in the gap to that, we're passing in a law today, my bill, which would create a swap program for people who do have unsafe batteries. And then we have some new bills being introduced today, which I'm going to go through.
But my bill is already illegal to sell swap batteries. It would be better when the city
This program we're doing today is a city-funded program for 2 years. Batteries and bikes. We included bikes because there is an issue about compatibility, and there are also some administration from the apps and others about compatibility. And the apps are on board, deliveries, everybody's on board because in this case it's a city-funded program. Councilor Felice's bill, if that ever were to go in effect, would be actually putting the onus on the apps to do an effort here to make sure the certified equipment, the program we're doing today, is to bridge the gap between the laws being going into effect, future efforts by creating a city-funded program. A lot of the eligibility criteria is going to be happening in the rulemaking process with DOT, SDNY, and the agencies who are going to be implementing the program. But it's essentially a stopgap measure right now to make sure that the equipment's out there as we take an effort to make the required certified equipment to be sold. But we recognize there's uncertified equipment out there. And so it's a 2-year program run by city agencies, funded by the city, and will hopefully help get on it faster. We don't, it's a multi-million-dollar effort. We don't know. We're like, it's part of the rulemaking process, we'll make the criteria that determine the cost. So that will happen next month.
Two-part question.
Yeah.
So the first is, it seems practically speaking, that this effort is going to fall on the workers to be able to want to turn in a battery. How are you going to spread the word? Secondly, what do you do with all of the collected faulty batteries? And do you incorporate any kind of involvement with the actual chargers?
Yeah, good question. The chargers are part of the batteries, so that would be part of the swap. And what was the first question? Sorry. The first question was
how you spread the word.
How you spread the word. So when the city council earlier this year had in our budget response actually called on the city to do a program like this as part of the budget process, and then we would have the last question allocated amount of money set aside for it. In that program, we actually wanted to set aside money for education and outreach, not only just swap it to the education outreach. We think as the city agencies are starting to get the program up, it's going to require an outreach program. But we also know that the apps, and we think that our friends here at the Baristas are going to help us in that effort to get that word out. The apps are obviously invested in this because they will make sure their people that are doing deliveries for them will get safer equipment. So we think they're going to partner with us. There is, by the way, to your question earlier, a program that has been reported on that the apps are doing. It's a swap-in program as well. I think it's a rebate loan program that hasn't seen a lot of success so far. So we think there'll be assistance from them as well. But it's going to be an all-in effort here to make sure that. And we're going to work with all our stakeholders and communities to make sure the work gets out. I think we're all invested. By the way, we have bipartisan support on this bill. We have a broad coalition here. We think the word's going to get out. To your question about what do you do with the materials, it's going to be working with the FDNY to figure out how to properly dispose of that material. We're working with the FDNY. Yeah.
Question, I have a question.
We're doing the reporters right now. Something we've been looking at still, and I've actually talked to the administration a bit. We recognize that problem. We've been talking to the deputy mayor's office about further measures ahead. I don't have any details yet on that. We will stay in touch with that, but certainly it's a problem we do recognize. Sure.
Are you at all concerned about your fellow delivery workers being scared to come forward to turn in their batteries?
It's not concerned so far, but this bill, the power, doesn't remember power bill is going to be a big help for us because so far it's not easy to get like a certificate in battery out there. So it's really hard to find. There's not that many. So I think way we can get the best out of it to bring to the city. Because nowadays you can go to the internet, you can find anything. So I think we have to work closely with that too. So we have to make sure to bring this to make the city safe. Because we used to buy it at home, we used to go to work, and then it's a lot of things to have to address and we have to focus on. También porque nosotros usamos las baterías en casa también, las cargamos en casa y estar en casa con ese miedo latente no es nada seguro.
In terms of the measures that are being introduced today with requiring the apps to provide safe equipment, it's worth here at the chopper and all that's going on, how would that be enforced? What would enforcement look like?
You're talking about new legislation being introduced today? Okay, so look at that.
Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you for the question. So my bill will require that delivery apps pay for these certified e-bikes if the workers do not have certified safety. Now, the fine would be up to, let's say, $1,000 more or less for the first offense. For those companies that don't provide the safe and certified e-bikes or batteries as required by law. One, if and when the bill takes effect.
And how would you enforce that? Would there be inspections? I mean, how would you know?
Yeah, that's a very complicated system. We would be the first ones to be creating this type of program in the entire nation, to my knowledge. So right now we're working on a tightening of these things, but there are a few ways anyway. For example, when a worker comes into the restaurant and starts to pick up food, maybe some of the workers in the restaurant will verify that it's a certified e-bike. But nothing set in stone yet. We're still working on the details. Very complicated. We're thinking about all of that.
Thank you. All right, thank you guys. Thank you.
You refuse to answer my question.
All right.
Now you're going to run, right? You're going to run or you're going to answer?
Okay.
You're going to run. There you go. You're
No,
going to
no.
run. That's what you get for your city council.
Thank you guys.
Support 758.
Thank you guys.
Support 758. That's what you got to do. That's what you got to do. Why don't you support 758?
All right, I know.
Do you support it?
I don't know what to do.
758.
Okay. Okay.
That's okay?
It's not okay to harass staff and council members all the time.
I'm trying to ask you a question. No, I did it because you're hard-headed. You're being hard-headed. Put your name on the bill. Support it. This is weak. This is weak right here. This is weak. Go hard or go home. Go hard or go home. You heard that? Go hard or go home. You heard that expression? Have you heard that? Go hard or go home. Go hard or go home. This is not harassing.
You don't have to film.
He's the press, brother.
Okay.
Go hard or go home.
Okay.
No, I'm
It's
not.
not okay
I'm trying to talk to you.
to harass
You're trying to
staff
over.
or
I'm not
press.
harassing. We are advocating. We're advocating. You're not listening. You work for us.
We heard you loud and clear, buddy.
No, you didn't.
I heard you.
You didn't hear. You didn't hear. What did I say?
You wanted to support your children. Sorry, excuse me.
This is weak. This is weak.
I work for company.
I wanted to ask a question. If he's going to ignore me, then I'm going to do this. No, this is related. We got illegal bikes on the streets. no insurance, no registration, no licenses. If a taxi driver gets involved in that, he's in big trouble. He's out of business. We're talking about the yellow taxi. We're talking about the green taxi. People that have been in business for 20 years, 25 years. And this guy don't got the common sense to put his name on a bill like that. It should be 51 council members there. 51 council members.
You're not doing anything for your business.
I have the live.
You don't listen, brother. You work for the people too. You don't listen. Tell him to put his name on the bill. That's all you gotta do. Support it. We're gonna speak to not just him. This is not personal against him. We don't got nothing personal against him. This is about every single council member. We got 51, right? There needs to be 51 on there. You gotta impress New York. He is, because he don't want to answer. He runs the other way. He says that we harassing. Am I harassing you? This is New York. You gotta grow a tough skin. This is New York. I don't know why city you come from.
My job.
We're just trying to do our job, man.
Yeah, I know that. I'm doing my job. My job as an advocate. I was affected by that.
Okay.
I was affected by that.
Thanks
I couldn't
so
get
much,
back
sir.
on
Have a great
insurance. Talking to her.
You've been talking to a lot of us for a lot of time.
You want me to stop talking to you? You want me to stop? It affected me. An e-bike ran the light and parked slow, hit my car, $1,000 deductible, and I couldn't get insurance. It put me out of business. You get that? Professional license. Professional driver. I got no points on my license. None, no points. 23,000 trips with Uber and Lyft. He's not gonna listen. He's not gonna listen. I don't need the card. He's not gonna listen. He don't listen. So we'll go and testify at the city council and we'll get him there.
Wait for you, anything else I can do for you?
You can get out my face. How about that? How about that? Get out my face. Get out my face.
So it's probably an error.
I'm not nuts. You're nuts for not supporting 758. You know about 758?
I'm talking to.
I'm asking you. You calling me nuts?
Don't harass my staff. Don't harass my staff.
Ask if I was
Don't harass my
harassed. I'm
staff.
not
Do
doing
not
that.
talk to my
I'm
staff
not doing that.
disrespectfully.
I'm not doing that.
And if
I'm
you
not
do,
doing
it's
that.
completely unacceptable.
I'm not doing that.
Completely unacceptable.
I'm
Talk
not
my staff.
doing
You are
that.
wrong.
You cursing
Crashing my
about
press
that?
conference
Ask him.
and talking to
I
staff
wanted to ask a
disrespectfully
question.
is completely
I
inappropriate.
wanted to ask a question.
Completely inappropriate.
I wanted to ask a question.
Completely inappropriate to come to my press
Answer
conference and trash my
I'll
staff.
do it again and again if you don't
You're
want to
gonna
talk.
keep me
You don't want to talk. Answer the question.
Unacceptable.
You're a moron. You know that. You're a moron.
Unacceptable
You're a
to talk to my
moron.
staff like that.
Support 758. Support 758. This is America. You're not going to tell me to shut up. This is America.
Understood. We're just trying to do 2 interviews.
This
We're
is
not trying to tell you
America.
to shut
You're
up.
one-sided.
Okay.
You're one-sided. We're going to make you the
calling
news.
the police.
Call the cops. 911. We're going to make you the news. You're one-sided media. One-sided media. One-sided council.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. Free of charge. We know you're one-sided. Councilmember, thank you for supporting 758. Thank you for supporting 758. Out of the 4, you're the only one. So we say thank you to you. We don't have anything personal against you, but we say thank you for that. That's more important than swapping batteries.
Looking forward to those conversations. Yeah.
Give me your car.
758, brother. We thank you for that.
Buddy, give me your car. Give me your business card.
Nah, I don't need the meter.
All right.
Nobody, that's what we gotta do what we gotta do. That's what we gotta do what we gotta do. How about this? A license plate for the scooters? How about getting a license itself? How about getting registration and insurance? How about, what's wrong with that? They have a bill that only 25 council members are supporting. You got 4 council members there, 4, and only 1 is supporting. The other 3 don't want to put their name on that bill. We have 51 council members. All 51 council members should be on that bill. You know what? I'm a taxi driver. If one of those bikes hits me, which happened, it puts you out of business. There's 5 insurance companies here in the city. There's 5 insurance companies. If you get involved with one of those bikes, it's like I hit a pedestrian. You're out of business. You could be a taxi driver for 20 years and you'll be out of business. Common sense stuff. Common sense, brother. You keep it down. Can you hear that common sense stuff? Give me that Momo look. It doesn't make no sense. This is how you advocate for the New Yorker and the taxpayer. That's coming from the taxpayer, isn't it? One-sided, brother. One-sided media. That's what it is. We got 4 council members there, and only 1 Feliz is supporting that bill, 758. We say thank you to him, but all council members need to be on there. Botcher, Powers, Brewer, they're not on there, and they need to be on there. If they're talking about safety, they should be concerned about these illegal bikes with no licenses, no registration, no insurance, going the wrong way, no helmets. You okay with that? You okay with that? You a taxi driver, brother? If a taxi driver gets involved with that, he's done. He's done. It happened to me. He's done. Getting involved with an e-bike or city bike, it's like hitting a pedestrian. The insurance companies don't want to know you. You are gone. They blacklist you. You had an accident with an e-bike, done. Done, no more. And you could be a taxi driver 25 years, 20 years. They do not care. The bill is there. The bill is there to make these bikes legal. And not illegal, make them legal. What's wrong with that? Nothing wrong with that.
That's what you're talking about. Make them legal.
They don't want to put their name. They don't want to support the bill. If they don't have enough supporters, the bill doesn't pass. It doesn't become law.
What is the population now? What is the population?
There's about 25. We need 26 to get a vote. But we need more. If you got 51 council members, they should support it. You can't argue that. I can't argue that. If you have a car, you gotta get insurance, right? Registration, right? A license, right? License, they know that, right? Why not a scooter? A scooter could go 150 miles an hour, you know that?
Right.
So why not that?
No insurance, nothing.
Right,
That's
right.
wrong. So
Look at the bikes. Don't listen to me. Look at the bikes. You can see them. They got motors on them. They got motors and motorcycles. They call them scooters, but they motorcycles. If it goes 85 miles an hour, that's a motorcycle. Thank you, Feliz. Thank you for putting your name on that bill. Thank you for having common sense. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Common sense, brother. Common sense. 758. 758. Remember the number. Play it. You might win it. 758. These Powers needs to put his name on the bill. 758. 758. He knows a lot of taxi drivers. It's Dominicano. We know plenty of Dominican drivers. We say thank you to him. Tell him to pressure these guys. Que le ponga presión. He wants to be majority leader. A leader needs to listen. That's what a leader does. They listen. And you're not listening. So that disqualifies you as a leader.
over.
All right, well, we'll call you back when I can.
Any languages, make more than Thank you, thank you.
You can't have identical bills. You can put your name on there. We're going to keep on asking. We're going to try to make a clean bill. We will flip it on the media. The media doesn't, they're one-sided. They're one-sided. They'll record you, they'll interview like they're going to do it and never post it. That's why we can't trust them. We have to do our own thing. For the independent guy, we thank the independent guy who's not even paid. Who's not even paid. That's who we thank. We can't even ask the tourists. How you doing? My name is Raul Rivera. I'm from the Bronx. I'm born here in the city. Speak Spanish or English? Spanish? Better? English? No, Spanish. No Spanish. So I speak English, Spanish, Japanese, and bullshit. I'm from New York, so I speak bullshit, you know? Let them go, let them go, let them go. So you see all these motorcycles and these scooters going all over the place? They have no insurance, no registration, no license, and there's a bill that got passed, but a lot of the councilmen are not supporting it. If they support the bill, you have to get insurance, registration, whatever.
I gotta go.
Okay.